Hi guys, welcome back to Money Monday. Now before I launch into this incredibly important and very valuable video, I have two very quick updates for you. One being the budgeting app. The app is finished and it is currently with a group of people who are testing it and trying it, and I'm waiting for their feedback because I'm not ready to launch it until I know that it's perfect, because I want it to be perfect for you. So the moment it is ready, I promise to let you know, and I'm extremely excited about you guys using it for yourself and having your lives made so much easier in managing your budgets and your cash flow, and most importantly, achieving your financial goals, because this is what this budgeting app really helps you do. The second update is I've actually been really busy making some videos, especially for nine.com.au. And there are videos that you will not see on my YouTube channel. So if you feel like watching a Sugar Mama TV video that you haven't seen before and is not going to be on YouTube, again, check the link in the video description box below and I will make sure I let you know the moment new ones are published. So launching straight into Money Monday now. As you guys know, I'm incredibly passionate about you guys building up long-term passive income streams. If you've forgotten what a long-term passive income stream is, or what passive income stream is at all, it's essentially money that you earn whilst you sleep at night. It is your money working for you instead of you working for money. Classic examples of this are earning rent from your investment properties, earning interest off your bank accounts, and my absolute favourite, which is earning dividends off shares, in particular industrial shares. But essentially it is money that you physically don't do anything to earn. You don't have to sit in front of a computer screen, you don't have to put a suit on to go to work and have meetings, you don't have to get public transport into the city. It's your money working for you, and it is the key to being financially free and independent. And through my channel, what I am passionately trying to get you guys to do is to build and invest and buy long-term passive income streams so that your passive income exceeds your living expenses and you don't have to work unless you really want to, or you do the type of work that you love and it is not because of your financial circumstance and feeling locked into a certain situation. I want to give you and empower you with absolute freedom and financial security, and most importantly, harmony. So when it comes to buying and building passive income streams, there are a couple of key ingredients that are really important. One I've previously touched on, and that is the importance of time. It's time in the market, not timing the market. If you're investing in long-term growth assets, you need to sit through the peaks and troughs and market volatility and have a good financial goal and a good financial strategy and go for the long run. The second and equally as important ingredient when it comes to successful investing for long-term passive income streams is to focus your energy on building up the income. Don't just chase the yield. Now, to explain the importance of this, I'm going to give you two classic examples of two very popular assets and show you over the long run the difference between the two. Now, say for example, in 1979, just before I was born, I was given, say, $200,000, which I will discuss. I was not given $200,000 at all, but I'm using this as an example purpose only. And say as my parents before I was born decided they'd put $100,000 into a term deposit and the other $100,000 into a diversified portfolio or managed fund of industrial shares. Now, term deposits are what I call one-dimensional assets. There is no capital growth to a term deposit. It simply pays an interest rate, and typically with a term deposit it is fixed. Now, the other type of asset is a two-dimensional asset. That provides income, but it also provides capital growth benefits. And that is what is really important, because over the long run, you want your income growing in value each year. Especially when you factor in inflation, because as your expenses increase over time naturally, you need to make sure that that passive income can keep up or even exceed your living expenses so that you do remain financially free and independent. Now, over the short term, most of the time, term deposits seem like a better investment. They tend to pay a better income than, say, shares. And of course, there are different types of risks when it comes to comparing term deposits versus shares. But over the long run, when you stretch this out, and I'm going to use an example of a 35-year period, the results and the tides really change and turn. Now, by 2015, if I was to compare where my term deposit was and where my share portfolio was, and I'm going to assume that I've always lived off the income generated by those two $100,000 investments, the results between the two of them are huge, and you will see which investment asset class would be much better off investing in. Now, over the 35-year period, my term deposit would be worth $262,925 using the average term deposit over the last 35 years. That's pretty impressive. I'd be personally pretty happy with $265,000. And I would have received, income through that period, which I'm assuming I've used to help cover my own cost of living. My last interest repayment from that $100,000 investment would have been around about $3,000 a year under current term deposit interest rates, which is great. I would love $3,000 a year. But let's now switch over to my share portfolio and see how that would have gone over the last 35 years. Again, I want to remind you that I am taking all the dividends. Nothing is being reinvested. Everything is being used to help cover my cost of living. Now, that share portfolio is worth $1,358,563. And my most recent dividend check would have been $77,971. Now, if I was going to compare between the two, I would much rather be living off the income stream that is given to me each year by my share portfolio versus my term deposit. What I'm trying to show you guys is when you are shopping for investments, you need to make sure that for your long-term shopping basket and building long-term wealth these assets must be two-dimensional. You need to look for assets that pay an income but also grow in value over the long run. And when you're looking at buying and building up a share portfolio, don't necessarily chase a high-yielding share. There may not necessarily be long-term capital growth opportunities. Typically with shares, when a company makes a profit, they will pay out typically around about half of the profits to the shareholder through a dividend. The other half is reinvested back into the company for future growth opportunities. For example, expanding their product range, expanding their services, doing more research and development so the company can become bigger and better and increase in value. That is the key characteristic that you want to look for. So don't be afraid to look at investing in a lower yielding but high growth stock, because over the long run you'll end up miles ahead. And if you're looking at building up a share portfolio but simply do not know where to start or how to work out which shares are worth buying and which ones are the high yielding or low yielding or high growth or low growth stocks, that's okay. You are not an analyst and you're not expected to be an analyst. There are a whole range of amazing managed funds, listed investment companies, ETFs that are available to everyone to help build up their investment portfolio. And that is when you outsource these decisions to an experienced fund manager. They know what to look for, they know how to research stocks, they know what key characteristics to look for within a company, and also they know to look for companies that have been incredibly consistent and reliable in not only paying dividends year after year, but steadily and reliably increasing those dividends year after year, because that is what you need over the long run to make sure that your money is working as hard for you as possible and is eventually going to give you that passive income stream that exceeds your living expenses and gives you that true, authentic feeling of financial freedom. So what I would like you to do today is to go through your living expenses and work out how much money you need to live to be financially free, whether it's $20,000 a year, $30,000 a year, or $300,000 a year. I want you to understand that number, and then I want you to go away and focus on building the income behind that so that you can create that freedom that you deserve and are entitled to. Regularly review your strategy and your progress and keep going. Each time you get closer and closer to achieving your goal, it will become addictive and you'll be more motivated and more empowered to step it up and increase in building this portfolio. Now, if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe. I've got more videos coming up with more examples of ways and strategies in which you can build long-term financial wealth. And whilst I'm really passionate about investing in shares, I will be covering other asset classes, I promise. And of course, don't forget to check out my other videos on 9.com.au. I'll see you later in the week for Lifestyle Love. Ciao for now.